Vitaly, thank you so much for joining with me.
Yeah, hi, nice to meet you.
Could you tell me about your roles and responsibility at Awery Aviation Software?
Yeah, I'm founder and CEO of Awery Aviation Software. We are now a company of 16 years of experience, and we are more than almost 100 people in the company.
Perfect, perfect. And how is the air cargo industry adapting to digitalization and what trends are driving this shift?
Yeah, that's a good question, thank you. I think air cargo industry was stuck in this process of digitalization, and I think what the main driver is now is a competitive advantage. I think the company who embrace digitalization, they're being more competitive because customers are demanding some things to be done digitally and not the old way where digitalization actually improves the efficiency and customer experience.
Perfect, perfect. And what key solution does Awery Aviation Software offer to support air cargo digital transformation?
Yeah, we support end-to-end solution. So we have two products, which is the Awery Total Cargo Management System, which is offered to the airlines and also the cargo GSA and to the ground handlers. And on top of it, we have our cargo booking solution, which is quote and booking. And being used together, they provide end-to-end solution for the cargo management from the client side, from the operation side, from the sales side, and finance and reporting.
Great. And how does your platform help to improve end-to-end visibility for cargo operators and customers?
Yeah, just recently we got feedback from the customers that every platform is very user-friendly and it's very easy to use and even like to get trained to use it. And basically, as I said, because we're combining all the data flows in one solution, it helps you to see your visibility as an airline operator or GSA, but at the same time, we are providing like live track and trace updates to the customers. We can now do it by email, by WhatsApp communication, so that's really kind of very easing the process of communicating directly to the clients and keeping them updated on what's happening with their cargo.
Great.
On top of it, we are also now investing in defining more on Cargo IQ, so to be Cargo IQ certified, so to plan properly the milestones for the cargo and how the journey of the cargo happens. And on top of it, we are also implementing the one record support, which also should allow this visibility to be on the next level.
Perfect, perfect. And in what ways you are addressing the needs of e-commerce logistics and fast-moving freight?
Yeah, I see really that this part of the business is growing for many companies. We recently signed up a few customers who are doing on managing e-commerce. We already had one for quite a long time in Bahamas. Now it's like in Europe, and for that we are adapting and changing the way how the system works with e-commerce cargo. So in this case, we are addressing that the whole flow is not now around the airway bill as it is, but basically on the parcel level from e-commerce manifests. But what is a bigger difference? Because like airway bill, you can say it's like 20 boxes, 100 boxes. But we see with e-commerce, one airway bill can be up to 120,000 parcels, and means you really need to rethink how the system operates. The volume of data is really increased, but you still need to make it like fluid flow, fast flow, and user-friendly flow. And this is what we are now working on. I think by mid-summer we should be ready to offer the full e-commerce support inside Awery products.
Great, great. And what specific tools or features does Awery provide for charter brokers to streamline operations?
Yeah, we also have quite extensive experience working with the charter brokers. So what Awery does, it has a full database of aircrafts and operators available worldwide. Actually, if you're talking about the freight, it's not so many aircrafts in the world who can do freight or which are available for the charter. So it says like maybe 1,000, 1,200 aircrafts. So in Awery you can manage the database of that aircrafts and also where they're based, which countries they can fly, what kind of cargo they can handle. Then we're automating the whole process where we integrate with email, trying to extract information from email for the charter quote, build the quotation to the client, make a request for the operators to submit the pricing, and then send the official quote to the customer. Once the quote is confirmed, system has to generate the charter agreement, charter invoice, charter brief, and basically follow up the whole process in digital way. And we see more and more use of it, and even bigger customers adopting this technology. We are now live with Etihad Cargo for doing the charter management. and we are now onboarding few more airlines on the same product.
Perfect, perfect. And how is Awery helping air cargo companies tackle critical industry challenges such as capacity shortage and route optimization?
Yeah, for that one, it's a good question. Thank you. So for capacity management, yeah, Awery offers like live visibility, what is booked, what is overbooked on the flight. We also working on the features which will allow proper management or more advanced management of allotments, space for connecting flights like stations allocations. So station allotments, and on top of it, any kind of optimization what we see airlines or what customers are demanding that they can optimize route for the special cargo, correct, or specific products where they get more revenue. And we're investing heavily in development of such things where we'll also use some kind of AI on top of it. But what we see now that this development requires a lot of data to be processed to be able to optimize the data. What we also did on the route optimization that Awery has now on mechanism where when the shipment needs to go on multiple lanes or tracks, we can now offer to the customer the search up to 7 legs where it will combine like trucks, flight, maybe interline partner. So it helps just to see and make faster choices where you see by which means of not direct flights, but what kind of connections can make it as a sufficient option for the customer while quoting.
Great, great. And what role does automation play in Awery's solutions, and how does it enhance operational efficiency?
Yeah, one of the examples is our eMagic technology, where we integrated directly to Outlook to process the air freight request or charter requests. So it saves a lot of time without need of double keying. Then we think like automation, like we call it like a digital workers, where some tasks, repetitive tasks, can be relate to AI or automated process. For example, like when you receive the copy of airway bills, Awery can automatically split the multiple pages PDF and link it as an attachment to the shipment. But also now from the airway bill copies, we're able to take what was the weight, chargeable weight, and see help a faster reconciliation. So I think all these automations is like to make human work more efficient, correct? That you don't need to spend time on repetitive tasks, which can be automated.
Great. And how does Awery's technology support digital transformation across the air cargo ecosystem, including ground handlers and freight forwarders?
Thank you for the question. I think again, digitizing the old way of work is very helpful. So we, as an Awery, we're also now offering the cargo ground handling solution. And a good use case would be Tashkent Airport, where we now successfully implemented Awery. And we see a real like dramatic shift within 6 months. A lot of work was done on the manual, on paper, and now we see that a lot of stuff are being digitized. The freight forwarders are sending FWBs, FHLs, all the messaging is now digitized, and I think this is a big shift which was visible in very short time frame.
Great. And my last question for you is, how does Awery plan to innovate further to meet future demand in air cargo, such as real-time tracking, AI analytics, and dynamic pricing?
Yeah, it's all summaries what I was talking about, correct? But I think one of the big changes in the market or in the air cargo industry is like shift to one record. Yeah, so it's supposed to happen from 1st Jan 2026. It didn't happen, but we really see the good benefits of this new technology, and we would recommend airlines, freight forwarders, and all concerned parties to implement it and embrace it. And I think also the next thing is the connectivity. Yeah, like now the data is being more easy accessible, more easy to share, and I think it helps to optimize the, how to say, logistics and the chain of interaction between the different companies. So in the end, it brings this efficiency. So I'm really expecting more and more digitalization in air cargo. And on top of it, I think the shift is happening because it's also change of generations, correct? My experience, what I see, that there is a lot of people in air cargo which is quite aged now, correct? And a lot of youngsters joining the industry, but there is not so many people in the mid, yeah? And I think this is also shifting the digitalization process because the new generation, they're not ready yet to do all this manual work. Meanwhile, the air cargo is quite complex work. More and more things can be done to optimize it, and I think it will attract more talent to the market.
Sure.
Thank you.
do you think if we have missed something during this conversation and you want to add some value to it?
Yeah, maybe I would like to add that a lot of things what's happening, it's not so much system dependent or software dependent. A lot of also still relies on the change management and process management. And I think like some companies feel that the change is too hard, correct? So because like to shift, if the company is very big or the company is like working this way for 10, 20 years, we feel that there is still, even people understand what digitalization brings, the efficiency, the better visibility of things and better control. Meanwhile, to force this tectonic shift, it's taking quite a lot of time. And sometimes we feel that companies are just not ready to make this decision and actually start this journey. And I would say like, we just need to embrace that it's happening, it should happen, and the faster you start, the better results you will get, and you'll be already on track and not lagging behind or not chasing behind.
Thank you so much, Vitaly. Thank you for your time and appreciate your inputs.
Yeah, thank you.